Next up on our 2024 CVC Fall Sports Media Day Tour is the Orange Lions golf team, girls golf team, head coach Cody Kovac. Coach, thanks for being here. Give us a quick preview. What can we expect out of the team this year?
Well, thanks for having me. The season, we actually have all our girls coming back. Um, so we have a great group of girls that have all played. Um, they have all varsity experience. We have Anuja Patel coming back as our one. She was a freshman last year. This year, she's a sophomore. Tessa Kemelhar is our senior. She's our two. We have Bree Turner at three, Alex O'Connor at four. And then we also have Sophie Lang, Kenley Lewis. And then we have Mane, who is one of our newer golfers. So she's kind of playing JV, kind of filling in. But we have, ladies, we have like six ladies that could post scores. So a relatively deep team. And they seem to all love the game.
I think three or four of those girls were returning all conference performers. You finished second or third in the conference standings last year. So obviously all that experience coming back, you got to be pretty optimistic.
Yeah, I am optimistic. I mean, over the summer, we had Anuja did a lot of competing over the summer, and that's kind of what separates. It seems the ladies that kind of the levels to it. She had some success with the competition, and it kind of also puts you out of your comfort zone to perform under pressure. So she had some good experience over the summer doing that. But the ladies, they stayed active, even the ones that didn't compete. So I think that's going to help them out for this coming season.
When you look at, your one through five, it sounds like you're going to have a lot of girls pushing for those 3, 4, 5 spots there. How does that competition just help that team?
Yeah, I was gonna. That's a great point. When you have ladies that are competing to get into the lineup, you can't help but improve your game if you want to stay in. If you want to be, in the lineup. So that little competition amongst the girls, it is healthy. I mean, it's going to be, and usually it comes down to the short game. Who has less putts. So just being able to improve those little things that are actually major things, very, very important.
What's going to be the biggest challenge for the girls throughout the season?
I would say that's a great question. I would say just staying mentally focused on what you can control out there, staying calm, patient. That's something that we work on is just having a routine. With staying with a tempo and making sure that you're playing your game out there. You're not letting the external factors play into your next shot. I mean, it's one shot at a time. um and that's super important for them to just stay focused on that.
In the CVC, we've had a lot of great golfers, a lot of great teams. So that mental game becomes really important because you're out there competing against some really good players. And if you're muffing a shot and you're over there seeing them hit it right down the fairway, that can wear on your mind a little bit. How do the girls kind of get out of those situations just to kind of have that mental toughness to not let one bad shot turn into two?
That's a great question. I mean, and yeah, the CVC is stacked. I mean, we have, especially in the Chagrin division, we have Independence, we have Chagrin Falls, Hawken. I mean, right there. I mean, those are just solid schools that always have a deep roster. Are competitive. I mean, I love the division that we're in, and I love who we play with. I mean, I think it makes the girls better. Um, but it just kind of goes back to it's you and it's your game. It's be confident in the work that you've put in. It's just kind of a lot of that affirmation, and just knowing that they're putting in the work, they're looking to get better. And then they just know, like, don't get too high or too low on any given shot. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So they know that they're a little bit more, where if it seemed like in the past, like if they didn't have a good tee shot on one, it was like, it was hard to pick them up. But now, maybe they don't have a great tee shot on one, but they're not phased.
I imagine your goals include competing for the conference title, getting girls, out to districts or even the state tournament. Whether those things happen or not, you can still have a good season. So how are you going to define success this year?
I think that's looking at what we're capable of, really assessing, the girls where they're at, what they were close to last year. I mean, we were right there with Laurel, who ended up actually making the state tournament as a team. I want to say we lost, it was less than 10 strokes. I don't know, 5, 6, something somewhere in that ballpark at sectionals. Um, looking at the teams, I think, Chagrin and us, I mean, we competed at the Bruin Invitational with Chagrin, and I think we finished. I want to say it was like around 20 strokes back, but we didn't have our three, and that alone is about 20 strokes. So I think we were kind of right there with Chagrin. Independence is always in the mix. I mean, you can never count them out, but I know they did graduate a lot of seniors. So it's we know what we can do. We know where we need to go, and just what we control, just focusing on what we can control, but enjoying the process as it comes to.
Outstanding. All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to preview the season. I wish you and the girls best of luck this year.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you for having me.